In this video, in Evony the King's Return, we're going to be looking for new subordinate cities on a brand new server. If you are on an older server, obviously you can still use this video to your advantage to help you find subordinate cities and to know which ones are going to be the best for you. Also, check out my other subordinate city video, which is going to go into different rarities and a few other key things to keep in mind with subordinate cities and trying to decide which ones you should be going for. In this video, we will just stick to finding new ones. So if you go to your main city view, click the bottom right icon to get to the world map, which is where I am right now. In the bottom left is also another world map icon you can use to navigate around. Just for anyone that doesn't know, in the middle you're going to have the throne. These other buildings you can ignore until you are in a server that's 2 months old. Therefore, server versus server. But you can click around on here and find subordinate cities anywhere on the map. They're going to be randomly placed. You're going to have epic, legendary, excellent, uncommon, and common subordinate cities. That was best to worst. The higher the quality, all the way up until epic, the more troops that you're going to need to take these subordinate cities, as well as the ability to take them. You will actually be able to decrease the amount of troops that you permanently lose from taking these subordinate cities by actually having even more troops than the minimum that I would recommend that you use. For an epic, you probably want at least 10 million power to be able to have an okay loss on it. Trying to use ground where possible, although I understand a lot of people would build ranged and mounted first on a new server. So that's fair enough if you have to use those troop types. You can definitely do it with 5 million power, as long as you get your stats up and things like that. For lower ones, it's going to be much easier, just a few million power is going to be fine. Green ones, you're going to be able to do under 1 million power easily. And the same for commons. It's going to be good to go into the 3 dots icon, to go to the subordinate city tab that you have in here. I've started a brand new account for this reason, so I don't have the tab in here. But once you unlock it, at Keep 11, you'll have the icon here, and at the top of the page you can view the maximum subordinate cities you can have. The first one is not on the map, it is your default one that no one can directly attack unless it is ticked on. So someone attacks you or you attack someone else with it ticked on in the battle, then people can kill the troops in it. I've just been scrolling around a little bit here. As you can see, there's a green sub here. These are an Arab, I think it's Arab ones, I think that's what you say, yeah, Arabia, sorry. So hospital capacity and healing speed, all Arabia ones are going to give you the same buffs, but the higher the quality, so this one's an uncommon, again, goes common, uncommon, excellent, legendary, and finally epic. An uncommon, in this particular instance, is going to give you 6% hospital capacity, so that's going to allow you, especially on defense, but even attack, have a higher capacity of troops getting wounded before they permanently die. Getting wounded is much better, especially on defense, to get that up. These are going to be a good top tier sub to get. Healing speed is going to be good also, just to be able to get those troops back faster and to use less speed ups. Europe is this one, I believe. Yep, Europe. So this gets your main city construction speed up. This is an excellent one, so you get 9%. You also get some general XP bonus from monster kills. I just wanted to mention very quickly, but again, this is information available in my other guide on subordinate cities. When assigning a mayor to it, you will unlock these 2 buffs. This buff and then this one at 900 leadership and 900 politics, which can be done by upgrading your general, cultivating them, upgrading the star level on them, and that will get it up. But usually on the start of a new server, you don't want to even be bothering trying to get this last one, but eventually you can. It's not a huge deal anyway, the buff that you get. But training speed in the city is pretty good. It says historic general, but I think you can use an excellent general or a blue general and above, something like that, where it will still actually activate this. So you can actually ignore the historic part, which you can check out some other videos to get historic ones anyway, as they're good to have in your subordinate cities. Here we have another Arab, that is an NPC one. So that one's going to be the same but less percentage points. It's common. The white ones, you should at least get those even at the very start of the server, and then you can replace them with greens, preferably blues and purples at the minimum. And if you are a spender on a new server, definitely go for the epics. If you are someone that wants to be selfish, feel free to make sure you do not give the coordinates of good subordinate cities, which is blue, purple, and yellow, to other players, unless they're your friends. Keep them, hope no one takes them, and take them when you get to a high enough power to do so, as these are going to be really good and will give you benefits for months and months to come. As time goes on in a server and they start being snatched up by different players, you will have a harder time actually successfully getting these and stealing them from them, because they will temporarily unbubble through certain events, but it's going to be quite hard to get them in most cases. So all you're going to do is randomly scroll around if you really wanted to. Personally, what I do is I go in a new server to the top right or the top left like I have here, and I just scroll down, making sure that I go in a straight line as much as possible. I will go for up to 30 seconds in one direction, looking for those colored names, which is going to be a subordinate city that's at least uncommon. This one is common here, there's another common one there. And as you scroll down, you may find one, and if you don't, I scroll across about that much and then go back up again. I scroll more than you have to, just to make sure I don't accidentally not go straight and go into the line I already ran with it. And you can do this multiple times, doing multiple passes over the exact same area over time. Search in different areas and you'll eventually find them. On my most recent server that I've been in, I probably hit 20 plus purple subs, and probably even some blues, to steal the generals from them. When you attack them as an NPC city that has a general in it, they are going to have, in purples and epics, they're going to have good generals, so you can actually attack them, capture the general, add it to your army, and then you can actually get rid of it afterwards. By doing this method, you can sell said generals or add them to your permanent army, use them for duties, attacking other players, put them in your subordinate cities, various different other ways you can use these generals. One of the best ways is just to sell them. So if you do have enough power, even if in the short term it might seem like a negative thing, attacking a lot of purple subordinate cities at the beginning of a new server and really going hard on trying to find them on the world map using a very methodical method, even then you might, because the map is so big, struggle to find all of them. It may take hours of doing this over a period of time, perhaps the first week of a server, to find them, and make sure you partner up with other people in the server to try to search different areas if possible. Make sure they are also doing it methodically, because you don't want to necessarily trust other people to find them. Some people may be better at finding than others, so bear that in mind. Definitely search the whole map yourself and just keep looking for those purples, for those epics. There are more greens and commons than the other ones, it seems, or at least people don't tend to get those, so the other ones are more sought after. Again, these buffs end up helping you build your city, your army, and increasing your stats throughout time. Again, the Arabia one is going to be good for hospital capacity. You're going to have the Korea one, the China one, which is good for resources. You're going to have Russia for defense. You can have Japan for attacking other players. And there are other ones as well, like Europe for construction speed, America for research speed. In addition to manually searching for subordinate cities of those different rarities and different cultures, you can look at my other video on subordinate city clues. The event right now at the time of this video is currently on and will be on various times throughout the year. This year, every year, it's always on. Those events spawn in additional brand new subordinate cities that you can steal from other players when they spawn them in if they win the event. Or if you win the event, you can spawn them in and you can take those. Those will be epics. They will be legendaries, excellence, and so on. All the ones that are good, there are going to be bad ones in there too, but those other ones are going to spawn in and increase the amount of subordinate cities in your server over time. Make sure you use these methods to actually bookmark enemy players' subordinate cities and try to work with your team to steal them when possible. Wait until they're unbubbled and take them by attacking them 10 times and winning the battle each of those 10 times, and they'll then be yours, making sure in the subordinate city tab that you actually have enough slots before attacking them and taking them. Check out my other videos on my channel, including the subordinate city video, the subordinate city clue video. Other videos as well are available on my channel, so make sure you subscribe and like this video, and thanks for watching.